All right. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Just coming with a little message. And I have titled The Truth About Christ. The Truth About Christ. And the reason why I'm coming to you this evening is because I am in full understanding that Christ, Hamashiach, is the biggest misunderstanding in the instructions and direction book that is called the Bible. It is, I think, kind of a sad thing that we are in such a midnight hour as this, and we still have not gripped that which is plainly seen today. And I do understand heaven had already orchestrated everything, and that still leaves me to believe that if one know not spirit and truth, nor the way to the light, then that person really need to seek the Most High Yah until He is found in them. I mean, truth, the truth of the matter of spirit and truth. Spirit and truth is the Father. It is the Father. And He is a spirit and He is all truth. And He will give you the truth of the matter of all things. He said that. It was said that the Comforter would teach us. I mean, not the Comforter. When the Spirit of Yah come, He would teach us what? All things. And here today, we don't even trust Him to do just that. We in La La Land thinking it's time to party, and we don't even realize that it's over, that it's finished. And the way we are partying and having a good time is just temporary. It's just for a moment. Okay. So my topic is tonight is to give you a little bit more about Christ. Christ, I call Hamashiach, but there are those who call him Christ, and that's okay. But what I'm about to explain to you, I don't care how important it is you think you know the name. You still must rest in spirit and truth, knowing the name you think you know. Okay? If you don't have spirit and truth and the light that leads you, let me tell you, you just out there. So I want to let you know that He, Yeshua, has warned us about those that will and shall. When He said that they will and He said that they shall, that means this got to come to pass, you guys. And it has. It has. He said it shall, He said they shall, no, many shall come and say that they are Christ. The reason why Yeshua took out Hamashiach or Christ is because he was trying to give you a hint that there is a difference between the Son of Man and the Son of Yah. Yeshua also knew that the the Son of Man was really separate from the Son of Yah. but to complete the mission, his mission, it required the Son of Yah to be detached with him through his mission to help him complete the mission. So when you go to, let's go to Matthew's 24. Let's go to Matthew's 24. When you go to Matthew's 24 and verse 5, this is one of those times where Yeshua is going to mention and separate you from the one that doesn't, that is the not, is separate from him. And you know what? One thing that's why I say he did an excellent job, because throughout his whole walk, he always informed us that they were separate. You know, that the Father and the Son. He always informed us that. Let me raise this window because this man decides to come outside and drill. Let me not read. He always warned us, one in the mission. You see, they are separate, but one in the mission. He did an excellent job. It's just that there was those that the Father in the heaven had already written who was going to be able to see into who's who and what's what. That's how I am. And the disciples said Elijah, John the Baptist, a prophet. And then he said, who do they say I am is? And you know who they say? Nobody said anything, but Peter said, the Son of Yah. See, because he's trying to, and that stunned Yeshua. It really did. He to the point where he said, flesh and blood did not reveal that unto thee. Who was that flesh and blood he was talking to? The Son of Man himself. See, this is where you see how Yeshua's walk was so perfect, to where he always separated the Son of Yah. He always gave you all these signals and signs that the Son of Yah was the power of the Father, mission for the sacrifice. Okay, so you see in there where Peter was able to break the lock. And the thing about Peter, and that's the difference between me and even Peter, the Father had already broken the lock within me. You know, I didn't need someone to come ask me who is he, or who do they say that the Son is, and who do they say that the Father had revealed things to me to show me the two. But when it comes down to teaching and ministering, you got to bring the both of them together so that the power may be performed. It's so much, not just the power, that the mission may be seen. You see, you can't see the mission if you can't see the Son of Yah and the Son of Man working in this mission. See, a lot of people think they saved. A lot of them think they sanctified. A lot of them think that they full of the Holy Spirit. A lot of them think they got the Ruach HaKodesh. But the truth be told, spirit and truth that leads you to the light will allow you to see that you really don't know as much as you think you know. And you're really not who you think you are. You see? So that's just kind of a big thing that's going on today. Everybody feel they're included. Everybody thinking they're going to heaven. Haven't you heard that saying, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die? And that's even with this situation here. Everybody saying they're going to heaven, but nobody know who the Most High Yah is. They don't even, they going where he's at, but they don't know nothing about him. So this message that I'm about to cover is the truth about Christ. I call him Hamashiach. People call him Christ, and it's okay. See, what people don't understand, they down here. Let me tell y'all something. Yesterday, I gave y'all a very powerful message, and I want y'all to, I'm a touch tag on that right now, because That knowing that heaven has already had it written, do you think it's important for you to come down here and think that you have mastered his name? Come on now. You have mastered something down here when heaven got it locked in and locked out. That's going back to show you, it's going back to really let you know that all this game playing and clowning, what Sister Deborah tell you, these people down here clowning, these people down here acting a fool, these people down here big time deceiving you all and don't even understand. In those books, not only in those books are the deceivers, but also in those books are those they deceived. You see, that's how Yah got his T's crossed and his I's dotted. He's not going to leave the deceivers down here not having those to deceive. You see, you either going to be born of the flesh or you're going to be born of the spirit, but it is not a choice of yours. It is not in your power and your authority. That's why I try to explain to y'all. It is not in Sister Deborah and nobody's power and authority to tell you how to look, eat, dress, and act. Wait a minute. If I got to do what the tradition of man, I got to follow all the ways that has been taught down here. Hold up. Heaven's already locked me in the books or in the Lamb Book of Life. So if I'm already locked in there, what is all this? We were created to worship the Most High Yah. And we still have not yet learned how to do that. We're still in full denial of who he is, who he was, and who he's going to be. Because we don't know who Christ is. When you get to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, when he speaks to us, that's Hamashiach. That's the Son of Yah. He's speaking to himself. The Son of Yah was given to the Son of Man so that when he come down here, he would have the word, he would have the power, and he would have the spirit of Yah. How was he coming? He has to come down as the Son of Yah. He is the Son of Man, and the Son of Yah come down in the Son of Man. That's how he got flesh. You see? That's how Yah came down in the flesh. Of who? The Son of who? The Son of who? The Son of Man. That's why he didn't want a stanky sperm of a man. Because Yah was going to embed himself as the word, all power, and his spirit into this Son of Man. So into this Son of Man, Yah he wouldn't have been able to do it if here the Son of Man, listen to this, here the Son of Man. And if this Son of Man is born of a man, then therefore he cannot unite into Yeshua, because the Son of Man has failed the Most High Yah since the beginning of time. A lot of people don't know why he chose a woman to bring forth the Messiah, born of a woman, because he didn't need Joseph's sperm, you guys. It was no use for it. It can't have no connection during that time. So he brought his own son, his own self, and he called it the Son of Yah. That's us in Genesis. Okay? That it's the Son of Yah. Came down with the Son of Man to make sure the Son of Man complete the mission. Now, had not the Son of Yah came down, the Son of Man would have been dead, what? probably 5 hours after he was born or before then. Because there was a mission set up in the heavens that he come, okay? When you saw the star, and you saw everything that actually took place, I mean, that you heard, you ain't see it, but you can kind of feel that this was an anointed and appointed time period, you guys. So this is why Yeshua wasn't born of a man, but of a woman, because Yah did not want a man's sperm to create or to abide who his son in. He created his son. What is his son? The power, the word, and the spirit. Okay? Yah created that to walk with and in the Son of Man to complete the mission. That's why Peter stepped in the second time Yeshua asked him, who do they say that I am? And Peter said, the Son, I'm telling you right here today, the Son of Yah. And Peter, at that time, Yeshua kind of stepped off course because he realized, wait a minute, flesh and blood did not reveal that unto you. What do he mean? Yeshua, I'm Yeshua. I did not reveal that to you, Peter. Only the Father himself. What did Yeshua lead him to? From heaven. That shows you, you guys, that Yeshua did an excellent job. I say for me. He did an excellent job for me and to me to see how he separated it so I can get this thing. See, the keys to the kingdom is when you understand who's who and what's what. So here we are in the midnight hour, running up on minutes in time, and the people still don't know. But now Sister Deborah has to embrace it like, hey, this ain't the will of the Father that they do. You can teach it, Deborah. You can preach it. You can stand on the tallest mountain and have the whole world hear you, but they ain't gonna get it, because heaven had how would I say it? He put everything. He had written everything in the book. He then locked it, closed it up, locked it up, and locked it out. That means nobody can go back into those books and rechange anything, even himself. And he said, it shall. A lot of things you read, you hear, and it shall, and it shall, and it shall. And another key to it is where you hear, it is written, it is written, it is written. It's to let you know you ain't got no power to change nothing that has been written, books closed, and locked you out. You don't have no power nor authority, none whatsoever, to change what Yah had already orchestrated in the heavens before heaven and earth was created. So Jesus and Hamashiach are the same thing. I'm just saying Hamashiach, Yeshua Hamashiach and Jesus. They are not Jesus. I'm sorry, Christ. Christ and Hamashiach. They are Yah himself. That's Yah. And that's why Peter got the keys, you guys. Peter inherited the keys because the Father had put in him to say the Son of Yah. Why didn't he say the Son of Man? Because the question was, who is I am? And Peter said, the Son of the living Yah. See, and Yeshua is like, wait a minute, stand down now. I didn't reveal that to you. Oh, my Father in heaven. See, only one that could have been done, could have done that. What did Yeshua say? His Father in heaven. I love that, because when he said my Father in heaven, that right there, letting you know he didn't separate them. See, you are supposed to be able to read the book, go in it, and come out of it. Okay, you were to go into the Bible, the instructions and direction, and come out of it. Okay? The Father, he goes in it and he can step out of it the same time. You were to do liking. Go in it and step out of it. You were to be able to go in it and separate the Son of Man from the Son of Yah to find out who is the Son of Man and who is this Son of Yah. They telling the story. It's telling it. Oh, even when he went and told Mary and he approached Joseph, it shows you the separate. It's showing you it. You see? But what we did is we never got an opportunity to step in it, in anything righteous, nor to step out of it with the righteous heart. So we just went in it with everybody else telling us what it's saying, what it means, what it's covering. And it's a sad thing. We in the midnight hour, which is the end days, and we still don't understand who is the Son of Yah and who is the Son of Man. You see? Now let's go to Matthew's 24. I want to show you something. In Matthew's 24, in verse 5, let's kind of up it to 4, okay? And I want you to kind of feel how Yeshua is approaching the disciples. Now he got the disciples there on Mount Olive in a private location. I want you to listen to how he's approaching them. Okay, they are the disciples. And verse 4 says, let's start with verse 4 and then we will go down to verse 5. Verse 4 says, Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. You all, I'm telling you, this is what Sister Deborah mean when you go in. Know how to go in and go out. You need to go in and know how to go out. Mean you have to go into it in spirit and pull out of it. You see? Pull out. But when you pull out, you got truth. Go in it looking for spirit. But when you pull out, you got truth. Because you went into it in the spirit realm and you poured out with truth. That's what I'm meaning when I say you need to know how to go in it and pull out. You see? And when you come out, have what you need, y'all. Stop going into this book without the Ruach HaKodesh, the one that's supposed to teach you all things. And he will teach you how to pull in and pull out at the same time. Okay? Let me explain to you what I'm saying. Yeshua did it. Yeshua did it. He did it without this book, y'all. Yeshua did it without the book. He poured in and he poured out. Had not Yeshua poured in and poured out, Sister Deborah would be lost without a cause. I mean, with the cause, because I would be lost as a loony bird. Why? Because I sat and watched him pull in and pull out. It led me to realize that, wait a minute, you're pulling on in as the Son of Man, but you're pulling out as the Son of Yah. I love that. He was pulling in as himself, but he showed Sister Deborah how he poured in as himself, but he poured out showing the Son of Yah. So he covered it excellent. To the point where this old hand here, she can step into it and step out of it and have it. And why? Because I can step in, because Yeshua showed me how to step in and how to step out. What do you mean, Deborah? He showed me the difference between the two, the Son of Man and the Son of Yah. How can he show you? Because he showed me that there was always two working one mission. So when we walk around here wondering why he calling them daughter and not daughters, Zion and not Zions, Israel and not Israel's. He didn't add S, because when y'all dealing with us, he only dealing with one. So when Yeshua comes down here, He knows that the mission is for one. But in his mission was to teach us the two. And he did an excellent job. He came down here as the one, teaching us two. Let me give you an example. This woman approached him and said, can my son sit on one side and my other son sit on the other side in heaven? He said, hold up, stand down. That's not for me. That is for my Father. He have already written it for whose seat it is. I'm going to lay it like that. So he shot her down right there. That lets me see, hey, Yeshua. See, I like that. You showing this woman that there's a Father in heavens that's greater than who you are. So you can't be that Father that the whole world said that you are. There it is. If he's identifying the Father in heaven, clearly, how is it we get stuck on stupid saying he is God himself? He said, me and my Father is one, because the mission consists of one. The mission consists of one. And because of that oneness, he didn't need a sperm of a man, because the Son of Yah was coming in an unusual way, and it wasn't going to be a sperm of the flesh of a man. So this is why Yeshua had to come to plant this seed. Why? Because he didn't want the flesh of a man. No, because he knew what? Why didn't he want the flesh of man? Deborah, because I was coming down. I was coming down, and when I come down, I want to step into something pure. I don't want to step into this nasty flesh of a sperm of a man. I got to come down. I'm coming down with my spirit. I'm coming down with my power. I'm coming down with my word. So Yeshua had to be pure, not born of a seed of a man, a sinful seed of a man. So I had to come down into something pure. So this is why. See, a lot of y'all don't understand the Son of the Son of Yah, because you missed him in Genesis chapter 1. Sister Deborah been telling y'all all this time. When he was saying us, he was talking to his power. When he was saying let, that was his power. The same one that formed himself as a son to come down to complete the mission with the Son of Man. Everything that he consists of, he turned it over to the Son of Man to use it for the mission. And the Son of Man kept telling us, me and my Father is one. But guess what he did, y'all? When he got ready to use that power, guess what he did? When Yeshua got ready to use that power, he said, these things I do is of my Father. He said these things. See, this is why I'm saying he taught Sister Deborah through reading that he went in and he went out. And that's why I'm able through that he went in and he went out. That's why he couldn't say a lot of things. The Bible tells you that he said not a word. He said not a word. So when Peter identified, what did Peter identify? Peter identified the Son of Yah. He identified the Son of Yah. And because of that, he said, oh, on this rock, I build the church. Because I'm telling y'all, just go back and read what Yeshua said after that. When Peter said the Son of Yah, that was like, woo, the Father in heaven, and stepped down here and gave it to Peter. And he said, Peter, flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. That means the Son of Man did not reveal it to you, but the Father in heaven. See, he let him know the Father in heaven separating it. Again, showing you the authority of the Father, separate from the Son. Hallelujah. He was teaching us the Father. Everything Yeshua did, he was always identifying the Father, recognize the Father. But the good thing about it, I'm glad I'm saying it right now. I'm throwing this thing off the floor on my shoe. The good thing about it was when he did miracles and signs and he said, all these that I do is of my Father. Now, wait a minute, Yeshua. I'm going to say this, Yeshua. If he was the Father, if he was God himself, why is he teaching us that all the signs and wonders that he was doing was of his Father? Because he was. It was the part of the Father, the Son of Yah, that came down with him. The power was with it, the word, and the spirit. You all also heard a verse. It says Yeshua didn't just come down in flesh, but in word. No, what he says, he came down not just as the Son of Man, but in word and in power. The reason why that was said like that is to give everybody a hint that is so important. It is so important that we find truth by really paying attention to Yeshua. So I'm going to tell y'all something else about what I'm saying. From now on, when you read the Bible, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. And you're going to say, all these years I've been in church, I've been on this YouTube, I ain't never saw it until now. She spoke it, now I see it. That's how your light going to come on. You're going to be like, that's a long time not knowing it. Notice when you go into it and you start to hear Yeshua, you're going to see him giving a separate glory to the Father, a separate honor to the Father, a separate praise to the Father. And everything he always did, he always let him know, no, it is of my Father. This is not of me. This is of my Father. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. The way he did things, he went in and he poured out. So this is taught Sister Deborah that, oh, okay, he the Son of Man. He went in, okay, but he poured out. See, and he came out. He could do that. You could have done that. You still can. Once you get in it and you see, you can pull in and you can pull out, okay? Pulling in the spirit realm, and you can pull out with truth. But to go in, you have to see who's who and what's what. All those times, Yeshua, the Father, was saying, he was saying it to his power. Let's bring it forth. Let's bring it forth. Let's bring it forth. Let's bring it forth. It's nothing your brain. It's nothing you can do with your whole body, your feet, your legs, and your arm until your what? Your brain thinking. Until your brain thinking. And if Yah is a spirit, it was his word, because his word was what? With him. His word is him. His words was with him in the beginning, because he is the word. His word spoke it, and his power brought it forth. So that power, he created him a son to go into the Son to help support his mission to die as what? The lamb that was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. This is where people are screwed up and screwed down, because when you go back to what took place before the foundation of the world, you'll notice the lamb was slaughtered. Who was this lamb? The Son of Man. He was already prepared for the mission before he even came down here. Going back to what I was saying, when you find out truth and spirit and truth, you realize, hey, we've been living a lie up and down. But this type of spirit and truth, you will never be lost again. You don't ever have to say, when somebody says something different over here and I believe this here, the spirit and truth Sister Deborah speaks, it's never going to come back, boy. It's going to uphold, and it's going to remain up and never come down. You see, because this is what he was saying in Matthew 24. Listen to what the Son of Man was saying. He began to tell his disciples, because they was on a mountain privately. He said, Yeshua. Look at where it says. You see, it says Yeshua, not Christ. Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed no man deceive you. Why he was saying it to them? Because they was asking him about what's going to be in the end days, in the end of the world. He wanted them to know the biggest thing that you need to be more concerned about is not what's going to happen at the end of the world. You need to be concerned about not being deceived. Now, if he's on Mount Olive telling the disciples, he's on Mount Olive telling the disciples, he's on Mount Olive telling the disciples, the main thing that you cannot be is deceived. Why? Because I told you in heavens there are books, and in heavens there is a book, which is the book of life. Those books are closed. That means what? They are finished. Everything in them already been written before heaven and earth was created. Okay, so Yeshua is warning them about deceit because he know. Look what he said. Just look at it, child. Look at it. Verse 4, and Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. What did Sister Deborah tell y'all? I just told y'all, when y'all created the deceivers to come down to the earth, deceivers, there also are those who are deceived by the deceivers. What is Sister Deborah talking about? It is written. That's what I'm talking about. You see, it's in the book, written. And this is what Yeshua was telling them. The dangerous thing is to the disciples. And I did ask a question. I know I shouldn't have did it like that, but I said, well, why is Yeshua asking this question? And that ain't none of their business. They ain't gonna be here. Oh, for them to tell. He said, for them to continue speaking it so it can constantly be worded. Okay, this one said it and this one said it. Okay, but I said, but they ain't gonna be here. Why they want to know what's gonna happen in our days, or even me? It might be a little time from now, But why do they want to know? I'm wondering why the disciples up there with the Messiah asking what gonna be in the time that they not gonna be in. It just didn't make any sense to me. But the Father gave me the perfect answer. But when I looked for and I saw Yeshua checking them, he said to them, y'all caught up in what's happening at the end of the world. You better grip this. You better grip this. And what did he say? Yeshua answered and said unto them, take no heed that no man deceive you. Because once they deceive you, you are now the deceivers that has been given. No, you are now you are now one that has been deceived and been given to the deceivers. It's hard to come out, child. It is so hard to come out. So this is what he was telling the disciples. So what makes you think Sister Deborah ain't sitting here saying the same thing to you all? Don't believe what these people are saying. None of it is spirit and truth. Ain't nobody speaking it. And they're having a good time not speaking it. And they don't have no problem. The Father had to tell me as a form of comforting, being comforted by him, Deborah, the deceivers are down there, right? Okay. Who can they give them a whole bunch of those who they can deceive? It makes sense. Now, notice that Yeshua said this to the disciples. Now, here we go. Let's get to verse 5. Matthew 24 and verse 5. And this is what he says. For many. Let me say that again. For many. So what is Yeshua said? A great number. A great number. Shall. No, maybe they might. No. He's saying to them, shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. That's the mystery, y'all. And it ain't no mystery no more, because the Father said everything in the light. There go the mystery. Let me say, okay, I'm trying to get that out. There go the power. Notice Yeshua said, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Why did Yeshua take from Christ the word Yeshua? Why did he separate Christ from Yeshua? Told you. He know how to go in and he know how to pull out. You just got to be able to be one y'all have blessed to be able to go in and know how to pull out. That's why I say he did an excellent job, because I saw it. I can read it. I can feel that thing. You know, a lot of times I don't care how you read it, how you understand it, how you get this and you get that. I don't care how it is. But if you don't feel that thing, you missing something, baby. You got to feel that thing. See, that's the real deal there, is when you feel that thing. And here, when he said in verse 5, Matthew 24 and verse 5, for many shall come in my name. He called it his name, my name, saying, I am Christ. I am Christ, and shall deceive many. What did they gonna come as? Christ, not Yeshua HaMashiach. Now, don't you think Yeshua HaMashiach name is Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, as they say? Why is he said will come they will come in my name, saying? He's telling you what they're gonna say. Let's go there. Come on, let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go up in there. Let's go all up in there. So right here you see, he says, for many shall come in my name. Bam. Then he froze right there. I am the power. I am the power. See, this is where you hear the Son of Yah. I am the power. Remember, Yeshua says to the disciples, after he asked them, who do they say that I am? The Son of Man. And they said, John the Baptist, Elijah, a prophet. Then he said, who do they say I am? See, a lot of people don't want you to mess with I am, the word I am. But let me tell you something. That word is worth getting to know what it is, because that's Yah. And this is what it said, Yah's power. Yeshua is trying to tell you all that there are going to be many coming in the power of Yah. They're not going to be Yah's power, but in that power. And what comes with that power? What comes with the Son of Yah? The Spirit. What else come? The Word. And what else come? The power. So he's saying they're going to come as false Christ, because Yah, being Christ as the Son of Yah, his Holy Spirit, he's the Word, and he's the power. Well, the false Christ is coming likewise. They coming with a lie, telling you lying words. They coming with the word, but they lies. They coming in the spirit of Satan, wicked and evil, the spirit of wicked and evil. And they gonna come portraying they got the power. So that's what Yeshua is telling them. They're gonna come in the name of the Son of Yah. And who are those? The power, the word, and the spirit. They're gonna come. What do Satan do? What do he do? He has a real issue with trying to mimic Yah. He gets people by pretending he is, or he has the same characteristics and the same power, the same spirit, and the same word as Yah. Remember in the garden, he relayed to Eve, "Oh, you shouldn't surely die. He just know that you will become wise." You see, he turned back and gave them what Yah had said, but kind of switched some words and still won them over through that. So here in Matthew's, I like what Yeshua is saying, because he said they're going to come, not saying they Yeshua HaMashiach, y'all. These people are not coming to say that they Yeshua HaMashiach or Jesus Christ. You see, they're not coming to say that. He said they coming to say that I am the Christ. that I am all that power. And we're gonna see that. And shall deceive many. And when Yeshua is letting them know, wait a minute, I'm trying to figure out why is Yeshua telling them that. They ask you what will be the end days, what will be the end of time. He's telling you, he's telling the disciples, like Sister Deborah telling you all. They don't know spirit and truth. So they're going to come in the form in which they have and have fully deceived you all on this Deborah platform. So let's go to Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and verse 23. Now you're going to understand it a little bit. In verse 23, Matthew 24 and 23, it says, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here he is. Who is he? Christ, the Son of Yah. Or there, believe it not. Let's read it again. In verse 24, Matthew 24 and verse 3. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ. What did he say? Or there, believe it not. Like they did with Kanye and Kyrie. You see how all those Hebrew Israelite men rushed out to support them and say they are men of Yah, that Yah put down here and caused to step into the world on our behalf. You know, all this, they gave them all credits. And what did the people do? Looked at them, spit in their face, and turned right back to wicked and evil. But I liked it because I really liked it. I loved it because it spoke the word. The prophecy was fulfilled. At least though that one. It was fully fulfilled right before my eyes. Exactly what Yeshua is telling them here on Mount Olive. I've seen it. I've seen it. Because when Kyrie and Kanye was in the media and everybody, you should see them brothers in the Hebrew Israelites call themselves apostles and prophets and evangelists, minister, watchmen, seers, taking their sides. I mean, they just taking, just like that other little black guy who said something about the Jews and they made him rekindle his words. I forgot his name, but he did the same thing to him. They reach for him thinking they're going to be, oh, my brother, because they looking at that melanated skin. But baby, underneath this skin is hell or heaven. That's what people don't understand. And it is written. That book is closed. And that's why he speaks of the book being open. And if you ever go to Revelation, you can see where the angels were, everybody was like in tears because they said, who can open up the book? You see? See, because people don't understand, those books are closed. Those books ain't in there for you to go up there and try to change it in heaven. Let me tell y'all something. Father himself is not going to change it. That's why he say it's finished. If you think for 1 minute he finna go back up in these books and make you right when you went wrong all the time before you even got down here, I'm sorry. It's too late, baby. It's over. Now, listen to this. Matthew 23, he said, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, there is Christ. Where is Yeshua in that? You see what I mean where I say Yeshua know how to pull in and pull out? That's what I was talking about. And I like it because it helps me. It helps me to see it in a spiritual realm. You know, that's what I see. Okay. And he said, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. You notice he didn't say they're going to say, if they say here is Jesus Christ, or here is Yeshua HaMashiach, don't go out. No, he said Christ, because Yeshua knows, like Sister Deborah, the power rests in the Son of Man. Not the Son of Man, the Son of Yah. That's where it's at. That's the whole mission in itself. It rests in the Son of Yah. That's why Peter was able to say, you are the Son of Yah, the living Yah. That's what threw Yeshua off, because he didn't know that the Father was going to give that to Yeshua, I forgot, Peter. See, Yeshua didn't know that. See, my God don't have to answer to nobody, not the one I serve. He don't have to answer to nobody. He gave it to Peter, and Yeshua had to stand down. He turned around. Wait a minute, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but the Father in heaven. He even identified heaven gave you that. Heaven just gave you that. I like that. I love it because that's what I like about Yeshua. He gives the credit to the Father. He gives the Father what's due him. He gives the Father what honor, what needs to be given to him, the honor, the highest level of honor in his whole walk. 99 point trillion cannot separate Yeshua as the Son of Man from Hamashiach, the Son of Yah. They can't, because they put him into one category. And because the books are closed, they came down here with that mind frame. This is why they can't hear Sister Deborah. This is why they can't see and they can't hear, because the book's been closed. The way they came down here is the way they gonna go out of here. The same stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient, and not in the favor of the Most High Yah, eternal life. Okay, now this is the key. Verse 24. Here we go. This is the key. Matthew 24 and verse 24. For there shall rise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show. This is what y'all don't get. Show. So when somebody's showing something, what are they doing? You're going to see these things. They're going to show. That means you're going to see. Now, what does it say in verse 24? What did it say? For there shall rise false Christs and false prophets. You notice Christ has an S on it. Okay, that's scary. They're wicked and evil. Okay, there are many. They are many. And this is what they're doing on the devil platform. Now, which I didn't understand. You're going to understand it when Sister Deborah break this one verse down. Then you're going to say, you know what? That's it. That's it. Now watch this here. And he says false prophets with an S. And shall show great signs. Is that not power? What did I tell you? This false Christ that he's talking about, many false Christs shall rise. These are people that's showing people signs, wonders, word, and the spirit of Satan. So they imitating the Son of Yah, which came down, which is Christ, which is Hamashiach, that came down with who? Yeshua. That's why Yeshua is trying to let y'all know he's went in and he poured out. How did he go in? He's coming in to show Deborah the Son of Yah. Okay? He's showing me the Son of Yah. And he done poured himself out so I can see that this is meaning the Son of Yah, which is power, word, and spirit. They're the false ones. The false what? Word, the false spirits, and the false power. They are the false one, but they're going to imitate Christ, the Son of Yah, not Yeshua. That's why he's poured in, he poured out by showing Sister Deborah, they ain't gonna come imitating me. They coming to imitate the Son of Yah. See, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. That's why I say it's kind of, it is sad, but not. He said, you better not shed a tear, because don't make it sad to the point of your emotions, because this thing is spirit. And what I have already orchestrated and I taught you took place before the foundation of the world. You ain't got no reason to be crying today, because this thing is locked in and locked out. What are you crying for? You see? You just keep glorifying me and praising me and honoring me and keep it going. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You see? He know what he doing. So here in verse 24, you got to listen to this. And show. What are they going to do? Look at the word great. Y'all see that? Now, this is Yeshua saying this. They coming in the name of the Son of Yah. And they sing. It's not what they saying, it's what they doing, what you see. What are you seeing? They're showing great signs with an S. You see that? Signs and wonders. Is that not what Yeshua came doing with the Son of Yah, the Son of Man with the Son of Yah. What did he come do? Showing that power, signs and wonders. So the false ones that's coming, which is in this day, they're coming to do the same like unto. So when you're running around here, and then it says false prophets, these prophets are sending false information. They're not speaking spirit and truth, like Sister Deborah was telling you. They have no light to lead you. And this is why I said that is really crazy how everybody take on all these people that's teaching. Yah ain't gave nobody that many dreams and vision to live, continue on dreams and vision. No. Just like he was telling me about joy. Joy is not something you have 24/24, Deborah. It's something that comes and goes. It's not something that comes and stay there 24/24. That's how vision and dreams. All the gifts is not coming to make you so extra special. And then when somebody gets sick, what happened? Can you heal them? Oh, you got all this. Come on here. Go to the grave. Pull them up. Lay hands on them, the sick. Let the eyes of the blind open. Ears, they can hear. But yet you got all this clout. You got all these people following you, tailing behind your tail, not the Most High Yah, but around. They tailing behind your tail in the dark, chasing your tail in a circle and thinking they got what it takes. They got it made. So here he's showing you that the false crisis and the false prophets, but basically the false crisis. Why? Because the false Christ is imitating the Son of Yah. And the false prophets, the prophets, what the prophets are to do is to hear the voice of Yah and go tell the people what the voice of Yah is saying. What is it? Why is the prophets showing great signs and wonders for? You false. But what is this signs and wonders coming from? Satan's is imitating Christ. He knew who Christ was. He didn't give a rest behind who Yeshua was. He knew who Christ was, but he didn't give a rest behind who Yeshua was. That's why he was on the mountain, tempting him, asking him, are you the Son of Yah? Are you? If you be the Son of Yah, if you be the Son of Yah, he don't care about, he looking at Yeshua, he know that this is the Son of Man. He wants to know, is the Son of Yah in you? Is the Son of Yah in you? Once he found out the Son of Yah wasn't in him, he said, he told him, what did he tell him? Bow down to me and worship me then. He found out. Guess what he found out? He found out that Yeshua didn't have the Son of Yah that day, because he was going to the mountain for us, for you and I, because we are to go to the mountain probably every day of our life with issues. And we have to know that we don't live on bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yah. And how is it going to proceed? Only through spirit and through truth. It ain't going to proceed out of these ugly mouth fleshes. No. That's why I said we've been up and we've been down. We're all crooked. We got it backwards. So here I like 24 because it said, now I want you to listen to this. The false prophets, the false Christ, the false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. So great wonders and great signs to deceive you. So when you sit here and Sister Deborah telling you they out there running behind these clowns, these loudmouth men, this is exactly what I'm telling you. The same thing Yeshua was sitting on Mount Olive telling his 12 disciples. I'm sitting right here on YouTube telling it to you all. Same thing. It's no different. Now what happens is this. Listen to this. Inasmuch that if it was possible, and what he's saying that it's not going to be, because Yah's elects are not going to be fooled by who these false Christs are and these false prophets. And here I am. Listen to what he said. Inasmuch, this is verse 24, Matthew 24 and verse 24. Inasmuch that if it were possible, they, who is they? The false Christ and the false prophet, they shall deceive the very elect. See, y'all, when I explained to y'all the books were closed, and can now one of y'all go up there and try to change it, and y'all himself won't even open it up to change it. But what I'm saying to you all, y'all always got hands. I call it sometimes a ram in the bush. Y'all always got hands out there. Here, Yeshua is letting you know if it was possible for somebody to be fooled. If it was possible. What did he say? They, who? False Christ and false prophets, shall deceive the very elect. And this is what, Sister Deborah, I can't be fooled by them, y'all. I can't be fooled by them. I just can't. And I thank the Father that I just cannot be fooled by them. And you notice that Yeshua is not talking about him. He's talking about the elect is not going to be fooled by the false Christ nor the false prophets. And yes, you can add false teachers, false ministers, false pastors, false bishop, because he said, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, meaning they're not going to, not the elect of the Most High Yah. Okay? Now, let's go to Luke chapter 6. Let's go to Luke chapter 6. Christ is the power, the original right hand of the Father. That's who Christ is. Christ is not Yeshua, the Son of Man. Christ is the Son of Yah, Hamashiach. Christ is the Son of Yah, Hamashiach. So he's saying the false Christ is going to pull up using words, miracles and signs and wonders, and using Satan's spirit to deceive you all. And that's why they are called false Christ, because they're trying to be a false God. See, Yeshua knows that he is not God. He knows that. And he is, to me, as when I read him in the instructions and direction, I don't see what you all see. I don't see him saying that he is God. I hear him saying the Father and I are one. What is that telling you? The Father and I. When you see the Father and I, those are two entities. See, he's saying it right. He poured in and he poured out. You're just not spirit and truth. You can't get it because Yah has not orchestrated for you to get. Everything he said, he always made it very clear. But because people don't want to see it for what it is, they want to live it as a lie. And Yah said, it's over. Let them live it. Let them rumble. Because in the days of Noah, he said every imagination of their thoughts were wicked and evil, non-stop. So you think we ain't there today? You gone already. Because the reality is we are. That's where we at today. Okay. So when you get to Luke, I think I got Luke chapter 6. Let's see what Luke's saying here. I don't know if I meant to put Luke down, but chapter 6 and verse 26. Luke chapter 6 and verse 26. Luke chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. I like that. Luke chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men speak well of you. For so did the fathers to the false prophets. You see what I'm saying? That's why I tell y'all, be very careful out here, taking heed to these false prophetess and these false prophets. Okay? Because people gonna love on them. That's that example right there is what Sister Deborah have said on this devil platform probably ever since I've been on here. I've always said what I bet you. I ain't gonna say bet you, but I know no one in the live chat can refresh what I always says, that these people be feeding these people a bunch of lies, and they eating it up like a full meal deal, following them, subscribing to them by great numbers. Listen to this here again. Luke chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. And that's what they do on these platforms. They find somebody on YouTube and they fall in love with them. And all they can see and hear is in them is food for their flesh. And they begin to praise them. They begin to honor them. They begin to give them glory. And this is what he's saying. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. So a lot of them begin to feel that they famous. They more important than you are. Or that they've been called to a gift all up in heaven because the praises that they're getting. And I'm gonna tell you, when I first got on here, I never could understand that. I say, if we are representing Yah and we are servants of Yah, why ain't we trying to get people to praise Yah? Why ain't we trying to get people to glorify Yah? Why ain't we trying to get people to magnify the Creator? Why is it we accepting them magnifying us and accepting them glorifying us and accepting them honoring us? Why is that? You know, so it's just very confusing to me when I first got on here. But then I remember what the Spirit of the Most High Yah was saying to me. He was telling me that they were false and they were giving the people what they needed to hear to really give them food for their flesh. And that's what they were really yearning for. So they were giving the people what they need, and they were being what they were back in the days. They wanted an idol God, someone that they can see and believe, someone that they can hear and believe, someone that they can look at and touch and be added in and included. And that's why the people got on here with the right. He said they got on here with the right intention, but when the glory started coming to them and the praise started coming to them, and they've been magnified, and they've been glorified, he said they then began to drop him like a hot cake, and they begin to chase that which gives them something at the end of the day, and that is YouTube, a little chat. And that's what has happened. He said that's how they stayed on here so long. The only reason why they stayed on here so long is for this same reason. Listen to this. Luke chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. For some did their father, for so did the fathers to the false prophet. Back in the days, the false prophets, the father, your fathers, your forefathers, they spoke well of them. They honored them. They just gave them all the glory. The false prophets. He said, so also did the false prophet do likewise. So it's just amazing how, let me roll my window up. My neighbors are bike riders, so you won't hear that. But what I'm saying is they did the same thing. Oh, did they cut off that? Made the light. I hate that. Oh, Sister Deborah, it can't be dark yet. It is 8:00. Oh yeah, it is. But let me say this. I like Yeshua saying that, because that helped me out a great deal, because that's what I be saying. They speak well of them. They sit and they took it as if, oh, I'm a famous person. I get a check. I'm a movie star. And that's what has happened to all these platforms. They become feeling that they special. And they have left the intent of their heart was to give Yah the glory and give the word to the people regarding the Most High. But instead, they went the opposite way. Once they start to see people praising them, honoring them, and glorifying them, they decide, hey, forget this. I like this here. Now I'm famous. And that's the way they took it. And that's the way the Spirit showed it to me when I first got on. Because I was like, Sister Deborah was like a nervous wreck. Come on, open up the door. Open the door up. And I kept saying, telling them, open the door. You got the key. Open the door. Take the keys and open the door. Okay. And couldn't get them go nowhere near it. And I was like, something wrong with this picture. And I shut down. I closed my page. I sure did. I said, no. After I got so frustrated 3 times, I kept closing it down. It was like I could never find anyone speaking spirit and truth. You could never see or grip. And yes, I had but I started off booming. That's the thing about it. I started off booming with subscribers and likes. But did you think I cared? I didn't give a craps about them likes and subscribers. I shut that bad boy down. That's just how much into my Father I have always been. Okay, I'm not about all that. It never was. But I even remember this one man. I don't know if they was in Iran or someone, and the other man, he was from another country, Iraq or somewhere. He went on there and said she's a false prophet. She said that we need to give the black people reparations for the way that they have treated, and something like that. He said, and this one, the ladies that was on my page, anybody come on there saying something silly, hey, they chewed their tails out. Do you hear me? I didn't even have to say anything. But this one man came on there. He told him, no, this is a real prophet. And he told the guy, man, no. And I think he was from Iran, though, the one that got on him. He said, no, Sister Deborah is a real prophet. He said she started off, I didn't know she was a Hebrew Israelite in the Hebrew Israelite movement. That's what he told the guy. But she started off, and hey, she is a good prophet. But he said he didn't know I was a Hebrew Israelite. He didn't know I was in that category. And that's what people don't understand. Just because you're on this devil platform, you on your heathens platform. And that's why they don't even understand. That's why I said how silly they are, wanting to debate. And you can't even debate righteous, so you must be debating unrighteous. You debating evil and wicked. Destruction. But this whole platform is not something that said this is the Most High Yah, you see. But if you own here, speak about the Father. That was your first purpose. I mean, that's what you were planning on doing. Let's go to 2 Peter. I want to go to 2 Peter and 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. Second Peter chapter 2. So going back to Christ, Christ is us. Hamashiach is us. It is the power of Yah's right hand. Okay. That came down to work with the Son of Man to get it done. He come to work to get it done, to take care of business. In 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers. See, that's why I was saying to y'all, it's not something that is false because it is false. It's false teachers, it's false watchmen, it's false seers, it's false evangelists, it's false prophets. I think I said that, prophetess, false prophetess, false pastors, false apostles. So here it said in 2 Peter chapter 1, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable hearsay, even denying the Lord that has brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernitions, ways, perilous ways, but shall by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. See, why? False teachers, false preachers, that's going to be among you. But listen to what it says. By reason, in verse 2, by reason of who the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. So when Sister Deborah is telling you spirit and truth, he's telling you here that the truth is going to be spoken of evil, because the false teachers and the false preachers and the false prophets and the false prophetess and the false pastors and the false bishops and the false apostles and the false watchmen, the false seers and the false whatever, they're going to be turning down truth. They're going to turn down truth, and truth is going to be evil spoken of. Look at it, y'all, in verse 2. But no, by reason of whom the way of truth, the way that's truth, y'all, shall be evil spoken. That closed the book, y'all. That closed this book, because that is already at the highest. And that's why I'm saying to you, they on these devil platforms teaching and preaching with no conscience of guilt, no conscience of repentance, no conscience of saying teaching spirit and truth, or knowing where the light is. They don't are closed. That means before they got down here, they were already locked in and locked out. That means they come up and try to change who they are. So what happens? You begin to see who they are. Christ is the power of Yah. He came, he created a son with the power, the word, and his spirit to come down to assist the Son of Man. The Son of Man did an excellent job going in and pulling out by separating himself from the Father. When Peter said, he said, Peter, he said, who do they say that I am? And Peter said, the Son of the living Yah. Instant, Yeshua took his place. Who was his place? Yeshua took his right place. Guess what he said? Flesh and blood did not reveal that to you, Peter, but the Father in heaven. You see? Why didn't he include that he was the Father? Why did he say in heaven? Because he wanted us to know. That's why I said pull in and pull out. And the only way you're going to be able to understand the footprints of Yeshua is you got to be able to pull in and pull out. You see? Pull in it, get truth. Get the spirit, get with the spirit. You're going to pull in, you're going to pull out truth. You're going to have what you take to run this journey. Because most people right now, they don't have it. They running a journey on somebody else's loud mouth and on their self-belief. So Christ is never been. And then he said, when you see the reason why Yeshua is on a holdback right now is because Yah has appointed time where he will usher back to Yeshua the power to go back to collect all of those that is branded with his blood. So he gonna go and get them, and he gonna have angels helping him. But he's gonna get, the only way he can go is when y'all send that right hand power back with him to come down. See, it's not because Yeshua want to do it. Because let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all one thing. This is why I say Yeshua did. I know I never come 5% as good as Yeshua did his mission. I won't come 5%. And I do. I really think he did an excellent job. I want to say something. I want to show y'all something. Now, Ice is crying because I'm in the car, and I guess he figured I am not. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this. What chapter was that? Wait a minute, y'all. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you again where the power of I hope I can. Yeah, watch this here, you guys. In Matthew 15, watch how Yeshua separate himself from the Father. Okay. Okay. Let's start with 24. Matthew 15 and verse 24. It says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. No, that's not it. Wait a minute, that's not it. That's not my page. Hold up, you guys. I still like what he said because he said, I am not sent. So he's sent. Now, if he's the God, how, who sent you? You see, even in that verse right there that I just bypassed, you remember he says, how is he said, I was sent. How is it you sent if, how is it that you sent if you were, you God himself? And you got a lot of pastors out here teaching that the Son is God because they see places where they can't rightly divide the truth of what they're reading by the Holy Spirit. So they get frustrated and they begin to continue in what they want to believe as far as I can't believe I'm wait a minute. It's where Yeshua was had collected all of the goats and the sheep, and he told the sheep, "Come on here, go to the throne." He's setting the sheep up before the throne of Yah, but the way he said is separating himself. I'm gonna have to get where that's at. I know I didn't talk that one so many times. You would think I already know it. But yes, he was telling them the difference between him and the Father. He was really telling them. And even he went on to telling them that okay, let me do it. Here it is. Here it is. Watch this here. Matthew 25. Matthew 25. Now, what's 25 going to do? It's going to bump off of what I was trying to explain to y'all. You ain't going to be able to open up that book. You can whine, crying, dine, or whatever you want and think you changing the Most High Yah. You ain't going to win because the books are closed. You go back to Revelation and you see how them angels are feeling sad because they said, who can open up the books? Y'all, those books are closed. Those books was closed before anybody before human even was on the earth. Heaven had already locked it up and locked it down. So this shows you that the way y'all are living your lives is you're doing the tradition of the flesh of man. You should be living your life by the Holy Spirit that lives in you. That's why if he's going to be greater in you, why is you letting these fools on the outside be your eye, your ear, your heart, and your mind, and your understanding, your wisdom, and your knowledge? If you got him in you and he's so great, how do they get the opportunity to be greater than him in you? It don't make sense, do it? So a lot of times they do these traditions and they do these ways of wanting you to look like, act like, walk like, be like, do it like we said you do it like this and do. And wait a minute. How, let me say this here. How is it and what would it look like for Sister Deborah to get down here, join a church, and do everything the way they say do it and how they say, come in looking like they say dress, come in with my head wrap, come in doing everything they say. And when it all said and done, it's vain and it's vexation. Why? It's worthless. Why? Because Sister Deborah, no, heaven's already got me locked in or locked out. Either I'm in the Lamb book of life or I'm in the Lamb, I'm in the books that leads with the book of dead that leads to the lake of fire. So my best bet is to hook up with who? The hook up. Yeshua HaMashiach, seeing the Ruach HaKodesh to live in you. So how is he going to be greater in you and you let this whole world be greater? It don't make sense. No pastor can be greater than him that's in you. No husband, no wife can be greater than him that's in you. No children can be greater than him that's in you. No teacher, no boss, no nothing can be greater than him that is in you. That's if he's in you. Give you something to think about. Okay, in Matthew chapter 25, and let me see what verse. Let's go to verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand. This is Yeshua. This is Yeshua. This is Yeshua. He's saying to them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father. You see how he poured in? You see how he poured in? How did he pour in? Now I'm trying to show y'all this here, how Yeshua pull in and he know how to pull out. Watch this here. Matthew 25 and verse 24. Then shall the king, look what he called himself. Look what he called himself. King shall say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father. See, he's the king and y'all's the Father. You see? You see how he gives my Father prompts? He called himself a king and he's taking those on the right hand side, but he's telling them, y'all blessed of my Father. Look what he said, my Father. So he can't be God the Father. You see? You have to be able to separate him on the earth. You have to be able to separate him on earth. Because if you can't separate the two through the instructions and direction by the Ruach, then you confused. You are definitely confused. You have to be able to separate them down here. And you can read the instruction book through the Ruach HaKodesh and he'll show you. That's why I love to have the Holy Spirit. It's because it's a true teacher, just as it says. Now watch what he says. He tells them that you are blessed of my Father. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. He's telling them these things were prepared for you all before the foundation of the world. So why is somebody telling me how to wear my hair? How is wearing my hair going to get me into them books? How is dressing with long dress looking like a mop going to get me into the book? How is submitting to my husband going to get me in the book? How is it doing anything down here the way the tradition of man is going to get me in the book when the book was wrote up before heavens and earth was created? Somebody talk to me. This is where, and you know what you can't mess with? When you learn that, you gain what he has given you in understanding. You understanding that he's branding you with righteous, belief, faith, and fear. So it's branded in you because heaven has already marked you. So what did it look like for Sister Deborah going behind somebody telling me, you better wear your hair like this. You're not supposed to speak. A woman's not supposed to sit your ugly tails down. How you gonna tell a woman not to speak and heaven's got everybody in each book? So what book did you write up before the foundation of the world? What power you have? See, when you come to that full knowledge, then you understand. You mean these people can be leading me somewhere that Yah has not predestined me? So where do I need to go? You need to stick with the Ruach HaKodesh. Let it lead you and guide you. And if you don't have it, it's because you ain't going to get it. Because the Ruach going to lead you, baby. That Ruach going to teach you. It's going to reveal things to you. It's going to show you things to come. Because my family be like, how do you remember all that? Girl, let me tell y'all, I can go back probably 2 years old. I'm serious. It's just like it just comes natural. But why? Because I believe in the one that said he's greater in me than he is in the world. I believe in he that's in me. That's promised to be my teacher. Promised to reveal things to me. Promised to show me things to come. I believe in him. It's nothing on this earth that I believe that would or will ever believe over him. And I won't put none before him. Y'all just got to, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know who you know. You just don't know who you know. But I advise you all to get to know him. To know him. You see? And let me see something else here. No, let's go to verse 31. Let's go to Matthew 25 and verse 31. Now listen to what this says. When the Son of Man, you see? He's telling you when the Son of Man shall come in his glory. The Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, because he has a throne. See, he's separating God from him again. He's separating the Father from himself. He's letting us know he got his own separate glory, and he got his own separate throne. So who is in that white great throne then? See, we just bent. We've been up and we've been all down, up and down, all around. We just messed up from the floor because we really believe that we got this thing mastered, and we don't. Christ is the Son of Yah. Peter said it. And when Peter said it, you seen him get the keys. Where did Peter get the keys to, y'all? Ha, 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 ha. Father, they don't know nothing about that one, do they? Where did Peter get the keys to? The kingdom of heaven, y'all. The kingdom of heaven. And Yeshua did not know that Peter was in the book. Peter, Yeshua, the Son of Man, don't know nothing about who's in the book. That's just trying to show y'all we messed up from the floor up, because Yeshua did an excellent job showing us the difference between him and the Father. You see? And those servants of the Most High Yah, the true servants, knows the difference. And to me today, it doesn't bother me to speak of it now, even though it's finished. Why? Because I'm still in the race. So I got to still speak spirit and truth. And these things I speak, and a lot of you all will be totally confused. There are people coming in and out, coming in and out. And you know what? They won't stay on this page because I'm speaking something that their spirit is not going to ever get. So they ain't gonna step in. They'll step in and hear, oh no, she ain't talking what my flesh needs to hear, and my spirit won't. My spirit understands, nor my flesh understand. Let me get out of here. And they don't even understand. You done ran up on something that probably your last time gripping spirit and truth and the light that rests therein. So I say unto you all, from now on, you're going to read the word and you're going to start to see exactly what how Yeshua went in and went out, pulled out. He gave y'all the glory, the honor, the praise, the recognition, and he was telling all that. He also communed with him about he did everything he told him to do, and that's good. I think that's really good. And he was saying it like he was talking to another entity. Right then, why didn't the world know that he wasn't God? Too much stuff he said. Why didn't nobody figure it out until today? Even some of you all in the live chat, no one never really figured it out. It's everything he said. He separated himself from the Father because there was two sons. There was the Son of Yah and there was the Son of Man. They came in one mission. When Yeshua picked up the sheep and the goats, he called the goats with an S, but he called the sheep as one. This is how we coming in Yah as one, because we came out of him as one, and he wants us to go into him as one in eternal. You see? That's another good thing that a lot of people don't know. We're in him as one already. Those that's in the Lamb Book of Life, you're in him as one. Not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's why a lot of people can't grip when he's talking about the whole house of Israel, and when he's talking about, and he's not calling it as if things are more than one. He's calling them as if it's only one. And no one ever really figured out that either. I want to talk to you all something else. it's a lot of things I've seen, and this is one situation where this black man and this black woman, they killed this white man who worked for at some type of dollar store or whatever, but I guess he was on his way home, and they robbed him for $6, but they killed him. This is what has happened, and it was a young black man and a young black woman, and they said that it wasn't so much as because he was white. They said it was because that day they decided to rob someone. They wanted to rob someone. So when they wanted to rob someone, they wanted to kill someone. And this was a black female and a black male. And that's to say this here. It bothers me a great deal because I'm a living prophetess in the world today. I'm not a dead one. So I'm not a prophet that's out of reach or out of reality. I'm a prophetess. And I guess that's another reason why my lane is set for me. And being in the wilderness is where he teaches me, is because it keeps me from being bent up and bent down in the world itself. Because when I see something like this here, I look at it not because they were young white, black and man and a black woman and killed a white man. Now this man looked like he might have been like 55, but just think to just be killed coming from work because we as people decide to take his life. But yet we're running around here saying we represent. Let me ask you a question. Did anybody ever listen to the Billy Carson? Did anybody get a chance to listen to Billy Carson? Anybody? Anybody? So what do you think? What did you think about Billy Carson? Well, yeah, you sure right about that. Did you see how he done away with everything? He done away with our Messiah. He done away with the Bible. He done away with the Most High Yah. He done away with everything. And he given the darkness all the glory. He's given science and all over the world. Who gave him the funds? How did he reach from where he was to where he is now? Who supported him? And it's no different than Tyler Perry and Oprah. They sold out to the enemy anyway. They mixed up in all that Satanism stuff. I don't know if y'all know that or not. So this is the sort of stuff that I'm saying to you all. This guy is coming in wholehearted, full force. I had never heard of him. Yeah, he's a false teacher, but he's winning the Gentiles, the heathens, and Farrakhan, the Islam, the black young men in Islam, winning them over. So they stepping out into this science and believing that there's no such thing as a creator. And they really, he's so far deep. You all need to check him out. He's way out there. The reason why is if you're going to represent Yah, you got to warn the people, okay? And how do you warn it? Warn them. You rightly divide what the man is saying, and you warn them, because the one that you're not warning is the one that could be the false prophet, or the if he's not either he's the false prophet or the false Christ. Because I'm going to tell you something about this man. This man financially blessed already. He got millions already. Okay. And the way he's pulling up, let me tell y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. He's pulling up big time, y'all. I think he can deceive the whole world outside of Sister Deborah. That's just how big time he's pulling up. What his theory and what he said. He's been all over the world. He's been inside the pyramid. He's been on top of it. He's been, you should have seen, he got a reason for why all of it is created, where it come from, where it start. He'll tell you how people believed in God and where it started, but how it does not exist. But you got to understand, what did he say? False Christ shall rise. How do you know if it's a false Christ? If you do not listen to him. You cannot call him a false Christ. You cannot call him a false teacher. You cannot call him anything if you don't have the ear to hear that this false one is speaking false information. We can't just assume that, oh, he's false because somebody said it. That's why it's very important. He said, be wise as a serpent. So being wise as a serpent means, even though this is a person that's speaking a lot of nonsense, you can help a great number of our men out just hearing them and say, man, no, that there ain't a good thing. He counteracting everything. He's counting, acting everything that God stands for. But you can't say that about him if you never heard him. You see, so that's why I was wanting you all to hear him, to show y'all who's on the scene. See, a lot of y'all don't know who's on the scene. See, when before Obama was even elected as president, I already told people, no, no, I think that man coming as the beast. I've been saying that for years because he came out of nowhere. Already know how to walk, talk, stand, speak, and the way everything he did, sent me a sign that this is not a normal man here, y'all. This man ain't normal. His swag, Obama's swag, is off the chain. That swag, the way he walk, is let you know. See, the way he walk is out of the order of a black man. It's out of the order of the Gentile. It's in an order of authority. See, y'all got to, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, I be watching everything. I be checking everything out. And you know why? Because the father turned around and said, look at his shoes, Deborah. Watch how when he sit down, how he move his feet. That's how the spirit of the father was showing me things. And he telling me this because there's something in everything this man would do that would give me the okay to say what I say about him. Now, I believe he's the beast. I believe he's the beast. I believe he's the beast. And if he ain't the beast, I believe he is, but he can come and he can be routed as the false prophet or the Antichrist. But I think he's the beast. The boy come up, the man, y'all don't see his stand, y'all. Y'all don't see his stand. That man sits so straight up. Heathen and Gentiles ain't got nothing on the man's swag. I'm telling you. And when he pull up, and what got me, and I'm going to show you something. When I saw Trump on his left side and Obama pulling up, walking on the right. And let me tell you, when I saw that, I said, there it is, Father. There it is. Because Obama came into the room and they were walking. Crowd all behind him. Why was Obama steps, 2 steps further than Trump? And Trump is right on Obama's, let me see how it was, right hand. Messed me up. And they was just a smiling. But Obama was the leader. You see? This is after he's out of the office. I seen this with my own eyes. I ain't talking about in the spirit, in the vision. I saw this, you guys, with my own eyes. It blew my mind because I said, wait a minute, Father, wait a minute. Is I'm seeing what I'm seeing? He said, you already know. I said, but look what they doing in nationwide television and nobody can see that, can they? Right then, I said, there it is. There it is. I knew let me tell y'all. I don't know, but I think I'm right on this one here, y'all. I really think I'm right on this one. I was right on him before he was elected. Oh, those brothers were so mad at me. Oh, in the dry cleaners where I worked, they would drop off their suits and their clothes, and they used to come in and say, what do you think about the president, the black president? I said, that man ain't black. I said, that man was breeded years ago. Look up Kissinger speaking. Y'all go on the internet, look up Kissinger. Way before Obama even exists, he was saying, we are breeding a man by the name of Obama Hussein or something like that. He said, but yes, he did. Go on the internet. You can hear him telling you. They breeded that man. That man was, and he is not the house of Israel. He ain't nowhere near you all. Just because y'all see everybody see melanated and they just think we all in this together. You're not. No, you're not. Shoot, the whole house of Israel and tribe of Judah ain't in it together. Because if they ain't in it with my father, they ain't in it at all. So if you ain't right with my father, you might as well kick rocks somewhere. You ain't in it. See, and that's another thing people don't understand. You got to be in Yah, not just the house of Israel, because what they didn't understand, Abraham, David, Isaac, Jacob, who else? Solomon. There was two lines, y'all. They had two lines. They was flesh and they was spirit. They was born of the spirit, meaning they was born to return back to the bosom of the Father. They were branded with righteous belief, faith, and fear. That didn't stop who their flesh was, y'all. These men were branded to come here, missioned by the Father. And just because they got down here to the nasty, full of sin world, what did the Father tell them? Satan has come down to deceive the whole world. It didn't say half of the world. It says the whole world. That means anybody come down here, he's going to always be after them to deceive them. And we all will be deceived in so many things. But when the Ruach comes, something Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob them didn't have, and David, he come to now live in us. We don't need to be deceived at that capacity. But them, it was two of them. It was two of them. There was the bloodline of the flesh, and there was a bloodline of the spirit. And what the house of Israel and tribe of Judah got messed up on is the bloodline of the flesh. Baby, he said, except you got to come in like Abraham did, the bloodline of the spirit. You can't come in through the bloodline of the flesh. He offered the bloodline of the flesh the promised land. He didn't offer you eternal life. He offered, let me say that again. He offered the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He offered them the not eternal. He offered them the promised land. He didn't offer them eternal life. And that's why I think that it's messed all up. They won't teach these men this thing. But back to this man named Carson. When I sit and watch the Islam's sit with him and talk, and I'm like saying, bro, do you see him taking you all the way out in the deep? You ain't gonna you already can't find your way home. You already lost, but you really ain't gonna be home, nowhere near home. You gonna wish you there, but you ain't gonna never make it. Because this man is coming, like I say, for the heathens and Gentiles to have supported him the way that they have supported him, and they put him on. They do interviews. He do interviews with these white people, and he be telling them, just messing the Hebrew Israelite understanding of anything. He throw it in the trash. He wipe away everything. Whenever you can wipe away the King James Bible, what's that, my son? Yeah, you can't. I don't know, that's someone else. You can't wipe away. This man and wiped away everything, y'all. I think it's important just to hear him, so you'll know he got to be coming. He's coming at an hour. Yes. What is it that the heathens? How did they put him up so high? It's because they've been with him for years, and he tell you he's been all over the world, underground, on top of the pyramids. He's been everywhere, and he have come to the conclusion that there's no God, there's no Bible, no such thing, that it came from this. He'll tell you everywhere, even the Creator himself come from. That's how deep this man is. He could tell you where he could tell you where he thinks or what he want to say God come from, Yah come from. See, that's how deep it is. And don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. It's sharp the way he put it. But what did he say? If it was so, it could fool the very elect. But the key to if it was so. That means y'all letting you know my elects can't be fooled. You see? Not mine. They can't be food. But if it could be, they would. But because they can't, then they ain't gonna be able to fool them. And that's why when I seen them, I'm glad. I'm really, you guys, I am so glad. Let me see my time here. I'm almost done. I stop at 9. Yeah, I stop at. I'm so glad that uh say 25 years ago, he showed me how to box the eyes. Because the moment I saw that man, before I even heard his words, I boxed his eyes. I said, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And when he started talking, there it was. I was saying, see that? I said, so that's why. He said, yes. You're thinking your gifts are going to deteriorate or it's going to wind down. It's going to wind up, Deborah. I didn't invest them in you for yesterday. I invest them in you for today. You see? Because when I was able to see him, and then I said, when okay, I see him, but Father, there's another. His nose kind of looked like he was made or something, and as I looked at his eyes, I said, man, and he looking straight. I felt like he was looking straight at me, and he was looking into the camera, and he don't move, y'all. The man don't move. You can tell that all y'all. Whew, anybody in the live chat, have you all seen him? Yeah, he said we are gods. That's what this man said. Now, what people don't understand is where they messed up with, and a lot of other, even the Hebrew Israelites sometimes say that. What they don't understand, you're not gods. You are not gods. We are spirits. Okay, and what they don't understand, when the breath of life were blown in you, he blew the breath of life, and when he blew it, his breath was the image of his spirit. It is a spirit he gave you. Genesis 1, chapter 2, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 and 27. My image. And just because we have his image, which is a spirit, that don't make us a God. We just have a spirit, and that spirit gonna be judged based on how we let the flesh rule over it. Because we already judged before we get down here. Heaven's already locked us in, like I say, and locked us out. You know, we where we at. And that's why I said, don't let these men or these women control you all. Live your best life, trusting in God, believing he lives in you. Not just believing, feel him. Feel that thing, y'all. Feel that thing. That thing is real. Let that spirit of Yah show you things, reveal things to you, talk to you while you sleep, talk to you while you woke. Let it. Let loose. Let go. Let him do what he does best. And then you'll begin to say, so all these things that they said, what? Go back to what Sister Deborah say. Read Revelation 20. And then when you start reading all again, you're going to start seeing, wait a minute, everything is already finished in. Just like the lady said. We sitting around here chasing traditions and orders of men and women for our lives that we have to be willing to live to glorify a creator. We were created not for one another, but to glorify the creator himself. And we lost it. Today, you don't hear nobody teaching it. You don't hear nobody preaching it. He don't get no glory. He don't get no honor. He don't get no praise. He don't get nothing. And that's where people want to be. They want to be at a level where they can give the praise, the glory, and honor, and make these people on these devil platforms think they famous. And make people think that they are famous and don't even understand. And it was something I was reading about how we are worshiping idols. They are idols. See, back in the days, don't y'all remember he said one thing the Most High y'all didn't like is that they was worshiping idols? Y'all remember that? That's one thing he hate. But guess what? What happened to worshiping idols? Think. We're worshiping men and women on these devil platforms. We was worshiping our cars. And you know what else we worshiping more than anything? What we have. We think what we have is a God unto us. You see? So we're worshiping that as well. But what about what we were created to do? That means before heavens and earth was created, when he began to create, it was for to magnify him, to glorify him. Even though he knew already in the book that we was going to get up, we was going to do what we do down here. Just imagine all these churches on the corner. And you know what else? There's a lot of stuff that's actually happening. And a lot of, this one man, he was talking about, and I was so proud of him. This one black guy, he was talking about how, what do we understand how the world is looking at us? We're running around here killing other races. And I told Charles, I said, you hear him? You see that? I told you. And I say, it feels so good to hear a black man on nationwide television, on YouTube, come out and just shoot it down. They said, don't make no sense. We setting ourselves up. We're setting ourselves up. After a while, when they come killing like they've been killing, don't think y'all gonna protect you, because he's not. When you think it's what they are doing, all this stuff that the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, especially the tribe of Judah, is doing, if you are aware with that, that's you already in the books, and it's not the Lamb Book of Life. You are already dead, because you're supposed to see these things and say, no, these things are not of the Most High Yah. This is not who I represent. I am not going to be out here giving these men the okay, or these women the okay to do the things that they're doing to destroy others. We have to look away in speaking against it. So when I heard that man say that, and I mean, he broke it down just like I have felt it. And I really he don't even understand how much I appreciate him just coming out and just being, because he said they don't know what we as a people, everybody think it's okay. Now they're coming for you. See, you saying it's okay long as it ain't you. But he's just saying, just like I'm saying, it's just the amount of time where it could be at your door, because you don't see nothing wrong with it being at everybody else's door. But when it comes to your door, let's see how you feel then, because it's coming. It's coming. So I, Sister Deborah, would like to say I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I want you all to continue to be blessed. And I want to say to those who faithfully continue to donate to Sister Deborah, I want to tell you, giving Sister Deborah a cold glass of water. Don't think that y'all ain't building up your treasures in the heavens, because that's what he meant. And I thank you for it. And if I could, I might do that to you all. Might let y'all interview my mom, or hear me interview my mom regarding me. One thing she'll tell you, this child don't even see anything to be worth anything. I don't look at materialistic things. I don't praise and glorify things. Either you have it or you don't. Well, because my first year, I said, I want to know, Father. I want to know. I was in Georgia. I want to know what it's like to be my daily bread. I said that too many times. Then when that came, I was like, Father, I can't make it. He said, what you mean? This is your daily bread you was talking about. I want you to, and ever since then, he have taught me, walked with me, and shown me your daily bread. Y'all just don't understand what that daily bread is. If you get more and more food for your spirit, the things of the world get decrease and y'all increase. The things of this world decrease and y'all increase. And you don't be caught up in nothing. And even when it's time to pay bills or anything, he just see your way through. Because you ain't making it your world, your life, your whole overall. You making him. And when you put him first, he's about what he's saying. He say what he's about. He gonna back you up and he gonna back you down. I'm a living witness, not a dead one. So I, Sister Deborah, would like to say to you all, I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I better get in the house because I'm out, which that don't mean nothing. I've slept in my van several times. Why? Because I like the cool air outside, the feel of just being outside. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, and that's why I was saying to my kids, I would go out on a in the woods. Now I don't want to go out in the woods where there are a lot of trees. I just want to go where it's just grass and land, and then trees and all of that is surrounding the land, the grass, and so on. I could sit out there and lay out there, and let me and I'm gonna tell y'all where I started doing that. This is really crazy, y'all. Listen to this. I had a YouTuber, and I don't know what state they were from. Him and his wife. I don't even know what state they was from. But I was in a Goodwill store here in Missouri. And all of a sudden, I was talking to someone. I think it was the cashier or whatever. And all of a sudden, this young lady came, Sister Deborah, way in Missouri. Oh, it's you. She just couldn't believe it was me. She said that voice took it. She said, my voice, when she heard that voice, she said, wait a minute, that can't be her. Sister Deborah, I can't. Who could that? And it was one of my YouTubers that was my YouTuber for years, her and her husband. And she was with her husband's grandmother at the Goodwill. And she said, we just moved here. I can't believe it. She was just so shocked. She ran up on me. But guess what? She knew who I was from my voice. She was in the aisle and she heard my voice. And she told me about how her and her husband had gotten a trailer or whatever it was. At first, it was in a car and they sat out in it was all land. And she said, Sister Deborah, that's the most peaceful place to be. And she talked about how she could hear God talking to her. And when she's out like that, she says the most peaceful. I believe that too. It's the most peaceful place to be. She said at nighttime, you don't have no care. You can feel the presence of Yah. I mean, she was just, oh boy. And when I heard them say that, and she said they stayed there, I think like a whole year out there in no man's land, no nothing, just parked I think car or no, it was a truck. And then they end up getting the trailer during the year or something, like the old beat up trailer, and they put it on that land. But it wasn't even, I don't even think it was their land. But it's just amazing how she was telling me the atmosphere, the feeling, the midnight hour, and the whole feel. It makes you feel like you're away from the whole world, you know. And when she was saying that, I was like, oh, that had to be an awesome feeling to be out there. And she said, and y'all visit you at night. Oh yeah, she said. She said, "Ooh, it was so nice." I think they did it for a year. They stayed out there. They didn't have heat and running water and all that. They didn't have that, but they was out there, and both of them just decided to leave their families, and then they end up coming back here where their dad owned I think a church here, and they come to visit him. And I think he was her husband was trying to come here and convince the father and give them more information about Hebrew Israelite. But I don't think that turned out right. It didn't start out too good, but I don't think it turned out. But yeah, sure did. Yep. That idea of me doing that, I thought about when I heard her talk about that, and that's what made me say, I think I would like to do that. You know, and you know what? I think that even being out like that, I even talked about right like now, I can probably get a trailer to put on some land because of so many people that I know that actually own, that sort of thing. But I think I would go out there just plain, just lay down. And my kids say, yeah, them snakes gonna get you. The snakes are gonna get you. I said, I ain't worried about no snakes. Shoot, the snakes in the world, who gonna get them? Okay. So Sister Deborah like to say I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I am out. And you all have a wonderful night. Okay. Shalom and shalom.